Hello, this is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, October 13th. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly swing trade ideas video where we bring you stocks based on a variety of technical criteria, all of which we're going to break down for you in just a moment. And as always, these videos are sponsored by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. We curate our long ideas from their stock lists. You can get access to their stock lists with a link in the description of this video. So I thought this week's video we could theme out on reversals and sort of support buys, hammers, bullish engulfing bars, things that are oversold, that got beaten up and are now reversing higher. That is what I'm seeing lots of out there right now at the time of recording this and scanning. So basically, you know, if we zoom in here on the action in the S&P 500, this is a perfect sort of example here of, look at the tail on today's session down here. So we got as low as, 431.50 in the SPY. We're trading about 4 points higher off of those lows. We're trading back up towards the highs of the session, and we are putting in what could be a hammer daily bar if we in fact close up here near these highs. So that's what we're looking for today, things that are sort of in pullback modes but are reversing, and the SPY is a great example. Note also, if you tune into our Friday videos where we go over the markets in depth, I mean, this was sort of the bullish scenario that we outlined. We outlined the market that would kind of check back here, fill this gap from last Thursday, and then put in some type of higher low rather than fall all the way back down and retest these lows and get back into this old range. So far, fingers crossed, if you're bullish, this is sort of unfolding in that bullish optimistic scenario where the markets kind of, make things uneasy and worrisome on this, pullback here. Buyers step in, put in that higher low, and that could kind of springboard us back up to, the mid 440s, 450s in the S&P 500. So let's see how that unfolds. We'll have more about the market later this week, but S&P, this is a good example. Dow Jones right now. So again, a little bit weaker here. You can see trying to go back to green, but a big long tail at the lows of today's session and now trying to reverse. You could look at the IWM, similar kind of look here, a little bit, doesn't have quite of an extreme tail at the bottom, but still kind of reversing off those lows. You go into the individual sectors. So industrials, for instance, this is a good showcased example here. Beautiful kind of hammer bar that's being printed right now. Long tail closing back up and trying to push up to near highs. So this is a good sector to pay attention to as well. Let's jump into some individual stocks now. So these stocks are all found from a variety of our reversal scans on the website. So if you go to our stock scan store on the Trade Risk, if you're a TC2000 user, you can go through all kinds of different individual stock scans. These are the reversal setups that we're going to be looking at. So again, bullish engulfing bars, pin bars, lots of different varieties that we have on there. So CB, here's one in the financial services sector. So financials have been really hot over the past quarter, and you can see the big long tail down here. So didn't quite get a big long pullback of multi-day proportions. It was just kind of this little, reversal off highs, sell day yesterday, and now we're putting in this big kind of tail down here as this day unfolds. But you can still see nice pattern here, or nice driving off of the lows. That's what we're looking for in some of these stocks. We can look at something like a Lulu, which doesn't have the big tail, but it is reversing off of support. It is putting in a pretty abrupt reversal today after being kind of hammered, frankly, for the past month of trading, 3-4 weeks of trading, coming off of the 435 highs, traded all the way down to about 383. So that was good for about a 12.5% pullback. It's a leading stock, trading just off of its all-time highs now, or I guess 10% off of its all-time highs. But you can see today, nice looking sort of reversal pattern at play here. Big sell session on Monday, little less certainty on Tuesday, and then springboarding back to the upside on Wednesday. So Lulu fits the criteria. Ticker symbol A So A here, again, kind of springboarding up in a similar kind of Lulu fashion. I mean, this one here, if we zoom back and look at this long-term trend, it's been a monster. This is the healthcare sector. This topped out around 180. This had a pullback of about 18% over the course of a month. So again, stocks, some individual stocks that are leaders, that are higher beta, are experiencing these bigger declines than, say, the major averages are. And so when we look at something like an A, ticker symbol A, it's been beaten up, down again almost 18%, and you can see a nice kind of pop back up after a couple of heavy days of selling. This one looks interesting here, just to see maybe some sellers exhaustion, or at least a move back up into the 156s, 160 area. So that's ticker symbol A. Got a couple more here. DCI. So again, this is in the industrial sector. We talked about XLI at the start as a sector was putting in a pretty strong looking hammer there. If we look at something like a DCI, you can see that this also beaten up pretty strongly here, down about 18-19% over a month's time. And then take a look at the reversal coming in here. We're not seeing a tremendous amount of volume on these candidates right now, or this session just in general, but you know, the day is not over, of course, at the time of recording this, and you know, sometimes you can get those reversals, multi-day swings to the upside that don't come off of extreme volume. They can come off of the low to average volume as well. So DCI there, a couple more here. Let's go to the weekly time frame, because I was spotting these on the weekly. It's more of a pullback one, but you can see CRWD here. So again, was down 6 weeks in a row, 8 weeks in a row, and then it's coming back strong this week, up almost 10%, taking out some of these recent highs. You can see again, this is a nice leading stock in the tech space. And then let's finish it off with just one more, is HLIT. Again, weekly time frame here. Let's clear this out of the way. You can see again, weekly picture has been in a decline here, down 18% or so from its highs over the course of 2 months. You can see a nice 6% up week here. So some nice strength taking out multi-week highs. And again, if we zoom out, good sort of, you know, leader name over the past year, and it's back to a very, very, very long-term range here, going all the way back into the 2000s, up around $10. So be interesting to see how this continues up here if you're sort of a long-term looker on this stock. So that's it. A couple of different reversals and oversold kind of dip buys, support buys, however you want to label them, but a couple of different looks there. Again, do your homework on all of these names. Let's pay attention to see how this market closes. You want to see the conviction stay into the end of the day. That is what you want to see if you are bullish on this market, and you see if you can find some of those stocks that have been beaten up and are now finding that support. So good luck to everyone navigating this market volatility and chop. Let me know how you're doing in the comments below. Always love to hear from folks, see what they're looking at, see what trade ideas they're paying attention to. And of course, if you like these videos, please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you can stay up to date on thetraderisk.com. We'll see you back here later this week for some more videos.